What up, guys? It's me, your boy. I'm not gonna do that ever again. But today I got a fantastic review. Is that animation? Well, it's animated related. Today I'm gonna give you a review. Well, I cannot show you how the game is. I will do that in another video, but today I'll tell you my explanations of a game that I actually really like. Disney Sorcerers Arena Epic Alliances. Yes, but there is no name on it because there we go. Disney Sorcerers Arena Epic Alliances. What is this? It is basically a free for all game where you can play as any Disney character that you wish and battle to the death for victory points. Like Risk, not really Risk, but I will show you what it is in the box. Well, it brings with the base game, but I have expansions. I have a third one coming on the way because I absolutely really like this game. There are characters in this game that make 0 sense, but it's absolutely funny. Like, it brings with Sully from Monsters, Inc. Ariel. This one's an expansion character, so... Jack Skellington. The Horn King is also an expansion character. Gaston is a base game. Maleficent. Dr. Facilier. Aladdin. This one's an expansion character. Moana. Another expansion character. Davy Jones. Stitch is an expansion character. Mother Gossel's expansion character. Demona from Gargoyles. Mickey. And then the other expansion characters are Elsa, Scar, and Buzz Lightyear. What this I will show you, for example, with Mother Gossel. The way it is that you have a hand size of, let's just say 2. You have a health of 7. And then this is the amount of victory points. This is the amount of victory points that you have. This is 6. You have a standard movement, you have a standard attack, and then it shows you the skills here. I don't get why. Okay, let's just say that everybody has a standee, and everybody has a deck of 10 cards, and cards represent attack or movement. You can only use a movement card for movement, and you could use an attack card for attack. And the way it is that everybody has a certain amount of health on their thing. And if you go down to 0, they get knocked out, and they get a certain amount of victory points. But first, the way you set up the board is by, if you choose a character, you choose their initiative. So the initiative goes like flat on the table, next to the other person. If it's a harder game, you get initiative value. But if it's an easier game, you just pick, I don't know how many characters. Let's just say 4 characters. I just picked 4 random characters here, like Davy Jones, Dr. Facilier, Mother Gossel, and then Sully. You shuffle them, and you just pull out. You just pull out the You just pull it out like this. It goes like this. The colors need to be like this, but bear with me. But it goes like this and like this. But when it get knocked out, you get the victory points that's on the thing. But I will show you the and the way it is. You have a team of 3, and the way you get each other 10 cards all together into one deck, and then you shuffle it, and then and then you get as much cards as on each hand size, and combine them all together to make them into one deck, to make them an amalgamation of a thing. And sometimes they have status effects. I'm not gonna tell you the status effects because it will take a while. But all it is that you have to reach the end. Well, not the end. It's that you continue going until you beat each other, which that is the shtick of Disney Sorcerers Arena Epic Alliances. Now, do I recommend this game? Absolutely. Get it. Absolutely get it. You guys will, everybody will have a blast playing it. It's simple, it's fun, and it's Disney, so people will love it. I love Disney, and this catches my eye. I love skirmish games. I absolutely love skirmish games because they're silly fun. But if it's Disney, that's also better. And the cool thing is, this game uses very weird picks for characters. Like, it used Demona for gargoyles, and gargoyles is amazing. It used the Horned King from the Black Cauldron, which that one caught me by surprise when I got the expansion. Also Moana. Okay, Elsa. That's also good. Buzz freaking Lightyear. Yes, that's why I got it. It's coming in the mail. I'm excited. But it brings with... It's fun. It's very fun. Very simple. And also is good for couples too, so... Honestly, if you guys want a nice game, get Sorcerer's Arena. You could easily get the base game and the 3 expansions on Amazon right now as we speak. But the regular release base price was, I believe, like $60, which is not worth it. But the base game alone is $39, and I think it's worth $39 to me. It's not worth $60, but it's worth $39. But my honest opinion, yes, this game is a must. Is a must for people that love Disney. Or if you want a nice simple game, again for couples, this is a nice game to play for couples because it does not have a usual fluff of skirmish games like Warhammer 40K uses a range ruler for line of sight. This game does not have a ruler for line of sight. Line of sight is very simplistic. Like if you have a character here and then a character here, and if it has a range of 1, 2, 3, you hit the character 1, 2, 3. It's as simple as that. Movement is simple. Using also, if you don't want to read the rules are simplistic on these things. Hold on. Differentiates on what version of the game. Like for example, Chapter 1, it tells you all the actions you could do plus movement and attack phase, and gets this card up to 6 cards and then end turn. Like check status effects and victory spaces, return KO characters, draw 1 card, and then choose which one in either order. It's a very simplistic. Like, do you need these on the table? No, but it helps. It absolutely helps. Or like do you need to pick pick teams by certain Disney hero or villain? No. You could let loose. You could absolutely let loose on the design, on the designs of teams, by how fun they are, or you just want to mess around with the people. Let's just say, for example, you can have a team of Dr. Facilier or Martha Gostel. You could absolutely... Oh, by the way, it does not bring with bags. It brings with it a plastic insert, but I separate my characters in bags. Therefore, I could easily differentiate them. I'm weird, sue me, but like I separated their decks, I sleeved their decks, and I glued the standees, which you don't have to glue the standees. They fit in just fine, but me, I will allow them to be very, very secure. And you don't have to sleeve the cards. I do because I love the game and I want it protected. Except for these ones, I cannot find sleeves for these, but they're very nicely thick. So I don't have any problems. I don't think you will have any problems of them tearing or breaking or anything, unless if you are a very, very, very destructive person. By the way, each expansion has their own rulebook, which explains the status effects. Like for example, Moana has the ocean tiles, or like or like the Horned King has the Cauldron Born, and Jack has the Afraid trait. All the traits are on the back of the rulebook. Therefore, you don't have to read the rulebook. You don't have to read the rulebook every single time for a status effect. It's like, oh, I need to know what a mobilize is. You could literally just go on the back of the book, and it tells you what a mobilized is. This game is not very hard, but for people that never played a skirmish game before, it might be a little bit iffy. But this game was meant to be an entry point to skirmish games. And honestly, it works really, really, really well. At least in my opinion. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. Now, it's not for everyone, but for Disney fans, absolutely. For people that are starting into board gaming, absolutely. I mean, you could. I think Barnes and Noble still has it. I don't know about the Ocala one, but I saw one in the Gainesville and I believe there's one in Jacksonville. But some Barnes and Nobles still have the base game of Sorcerer's Arena, but never the expansions, just the base game. But I recommend it. Even if you don't want the expansions, the base game is actually great. I say it's a good buy. Now then, my chums, if there's any other game that you want me to review, please let me know. Well, I have other games to review, but if you want me to give you an explanation of how the game actually works, please tell me in my Discord. I have no problems of actually telling you how the game actually works. That's just my summary, my explanation, and sort of my bells and whistles of how the game actually works. Now, what you get in any reason is that I still have no idea. Well then, I say I did a bad job. Maybe. Well then, I hope you guys liked that review. It's a new review, but I hope you guys like it. Therefore, salute, degenerates.